Hello Jess and all of you fantastic viewers. Today we're going to be talking about books. Ha! Who knew? Actually, you all knew, but that's beside the point. Jess, your last episode, books and I have a very long-lasting, deeply rooted relationship. When I was younger, I would just tear through books. I could do 1 or 2 a day, several in a week, back when I had free time and a life and childhood. So yeah, Jess, I never mind a good excuse to talk about them. Let's do it! The first book is one that I read a long time ago when I was younger that inspired me like crazy and still continues to do so every time I reread it, which is a lot. The Last Sin Eater by Francine Rivers. I first read this book when I think I was 14. You know, at that tender age, in that phase where you're kind of just figuring out life and don't really know what the heck you're doing. Spoiler alert, that phase never really ends. This book is a really powerful story with amazing characters, and the main character is a young girl who, at the time that I read it, I could really relate to, obviously. Throughout the things that happen in the book, how she just learned that Jesus is the only one who can save her and redeem her. It's just, it just really helped me to understand why being bold and living out my faith is so important, and not being afraid to let Jesus change the way I live. Second book on my list is Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. This book is just wow. It's all about the courage it takes for us to be vulnerable in our lives, and how we live, and how we love, and how scary being vulnerable can be, but how important it is and how just life-changing it is to live in such an open and honest way. So often we think that being vulnerable and letting ourselves be seen for who we really are is a sign of weakness, and it'll expose all of our flaws. She really defines and explains why that actually makes us stronger, and it makes our relationships stronger. It really inspired me to be courageous in being vulnerable and open and honest in my life and my relationships, and not being so afraid and holding back so much because I'm afraid of what other people will think or what they'll say about me, but to just be brave in doing the things that God has called me to do. For my third book, I have to admit I kind of cheated a little bit because I couldn't really decide between 2. The first one is Steal Like an Artist by Austin Kleon. This book, oh my gosh, if you want just a book that will fuel every creative spark in your whole being, this is it. And this book is all about creativity and how to get ideas and how to pursue your ideas and make them into reality. Definitely shaped my creative side and how I present myself as an artist. The other book that tied for this spot is Bread and Wine by Shauna Niequist, which Jess, you talked about a couple episodes ago. I honestly just love how much she appreciates the simplicity of life and the little things, just how genuinely she loves people, and just how little things that you do for people can really just change their whole day. I was just inspired to be more kind and gracious after reading this book. So those are the top 3/4 books that have inspired me throughout my life. I do have some honorary mentions because I had trouble narrowing it down to 3. Jess, a couple of books that you mentioned in your video that I love as well are Crazy Love by Frances Chan, and then The Calvary Road, which you introduced me to. The Calvary Road is just, it hits you like a freight train. It has so much truth packed into this tiny little book. And then Crazy Love is just changed my whole perspective as far as being an authentic Christian and really pursuing God, letting His love change you and change the way you love people. It's just, so good. Another one from my childhood is The Secret Garden. This is a book that I still love and just adore so much. The Secret Garden just reminds me to just never really grow up, I guess, and just always have that sense of wonder about the world, and just to let things astonish me and surprise me, and to really appreciate the beauty in everything that I see. And last but certainly not least, this one to me, Jess, is like Jane Eyre to you, and that is, as I'm sure you will not be surprised, Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. Just artistically, this book inspires me. The writing, the dialogue, the characters, the story, the plot, just the whole everything about it. If one day I can write like this woman can, then my life will have peaked, I'll be good. Well, Jess, there you have it. Those are my picks for most inspiring / challenging books I've ever read. Viewers, if you didn't get a chance to comment on the last episode and tell us some of your favorite books, please do that now. Fill up the comments with all the books. Jess, that is all I have for you today. Lovely talking with you as always, and I will see you next time. Bye!